All right, and we are live.
Yay!
Hello, everybody. This is Mr. Deadman. I am the host of Deadman's Tome. Joining me is Mr. Riddle. We have two stories on Deadman's Tome: Lockdown and 4th of July. Not 4th of July, but 4th of July.
Correct.
And also joining me is Miss Wolak.
Hello!
The story called Paint. So before we begin, I just want to let everybody know that are listening to this, that this is not a place for like a safe space. Like, I could imagine anyone who goes to the site who likes to read horror would expect to have like their hand held, you know. When I think of horror literature and horror movies, I think of something that's gory, that's thought-provoking, that's challenging, that not something that holds your hand and is kind and gentle, you know? Right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're right.
All right.
Absolutely.
So,
no safe space.
So if you have your kids listening, we're going to be saying some F-bombs like fuck, bitch, and shit like that. Now, are we allowed to say the word cunt? Is that possible? We have to
I
green light
love
on
that word.
Okay, so we have
my
to
favorite.
green light on the word cunt.
I love it. I use it for everything.
Okay. All right, so since you are allowing us to use the word cunt, I'm going to give you permission to use the word dick and prick, because that's
I
only
was
fair.
planning on it.
Okay. So now that we established that, we got that out of the way. And keep in mind, look, this is not some sort of like snug, pompous ass, like, ooh, we write short stories and literature, so we're all like arrogant, like, I don't know. At that
No.
vibe, we're not that. This is, I mean, it may not be lowbrow, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried.
I like it.
All right.
It's unibrow.
Yeah, unibrow. All right. So what is Deadman's Tome? I mean, what is Deadman's Tome to y'all?
It's a beautiful, amazing magazine. I can tell you that.
That's nice. I'm just stroking my ego over here. That's nice. You got any more you can tell me? What about you, Mr. Riddle?
Well, to tell you the honest truth, I just discovered Deadman's Tome about a week and a half ago. I haven't had much chance to look at it, but what I've seen so far, I found great. I plan to read a lot more, but it's brand new to me, so I enjoy it already. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, it's that. It's a horror zine.
It's unique.
You know. Oh, thanks. I mean,
You've got like a David Lynch sort of vibe. I feel.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's all very dreamlike. Like all the stories are very dreamlike, and it's the way it's compiled. It's just, I love it.
Not to interrupt you. I'm sorry. That was mean. I try not to do that. It's so rude of me. Look with my dick just going there, just interrupting. He's like, stop talking. No, I just couldn't wait just to say that. And you're right. Like there has been, like, it comes in waves. There are themes to the stories. It's crazy. It's not that just like, let's say Mr. Riddle, for example. Both his stories are zombie themed, right? Mm-hmm. But there's other zombie themed stories there, but in between there's like stories of literally dream situations. There's one in particular that I really like. I think it was called The Way Out.
Oh.
Where the guy is like hallucinating in his hotel room.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy actually he emailed me today. He was asking like how his stories were doing. You know, I guess kind of it's been about 2 months since they're published.
Like how many like views he's getting?
Yeah. So his name is Gary Buller. I'll go and pull that up real quick. So his stories were published in April, and it's only like the first. Well, actually, it's more mid-May. It's towards the end of May. Let's see.
I'm gonna pull those up. I saw that on the site before. It was really cool. His story.
Oh yeah.
It's very
his stories are doing pretty well.
Yeah, it's very, very dreamlike. It's so like I love that. So it's so like you guys ever trip on mushrooms?
I can't say I have, no.
I haven't had a chance yet.
That's that's the unique experience this story gets.
You know what? And that's why I told the guy. I was like, man, you really described like tripping out very well.
Yes.
I mean, now this site isn't getting like tens of thousands of views. I wish.
Yes.
But his story, both Escape and The Way Out, they have over 100 views. Okay, the Way Out has like 200. There's some comments, some likes. He could definitely use more. So right now he's looking about like over $30. You know, if I were to pay him out now. But, the contract for everybody right now is for a year's time, and that's getting into what I'm gonna time for some shilling, because the real truth of it is, see, for those that write horror, what Deadman's Tome is offering right now is I'm going to pay you based on the views and likes and comments on your stories. Now, it's not meant to be like a contest of publicity or popularity, but I mean, I guess you could look at it like that. But look, here's the facts. Some authors and writers have a great network, and they know how to use social media, or they know how to connect.
Yeah.
And they're gonna spread the site like a virus. Okay. And Mr. Riddle knows something about viruses, right?
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
It's gonna spread like the Zika virus.
Like the Zika virus.
Yeah.
Zika. Man, that's gonna mess up with the Olympics.
It's gonna mess everything. Serious, like poor Brazil. They have enough problems.
I know. It's like
I got an idea for a story from that one. Thank you very much.
you have zombies with like small heads. How do you take them out? Their heads are so tiny you wouldn't be able to get a headshot.
No good headshots. They would not be TV.
That is a good story idea. That's a good story idea. Well, what I was going to get today, what I was going to say is that, so based on the views and likes and comments you receive for a year's time, okay, 10 cents, and there's come a time where these authors come knock on my door and be like, hey, we want to pay out. Like we're aware that you owe me some money. You owe me some money now. Now, don't worry, Mr. Riddle and Mr. Wolak. I'm going to pay you guys. There's other authors. You can talk to them, too. I do pay. But
I'm actually worried about it too much.
Instead of using the money, my personal allowance money, we have T-shirts. We have T-shirts.
Those are cool-looking T-shirts, let me tell you. Those are awesome.
Yeah, I did see those. They're pretty cool.
They're very cool. I will definitely be buying a T-shirt.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, the campaign started like a few weeks ago, but I know how authors are. I know how I am. I'm kind of cheap at times. Money isn't always that great, and it's hard to get the word out, but I'm here. Here's some positive vibes. Getting some positive vibes about the shirts. So here's a picture of the shirt right here. I don't know if you can see this on the screen.
That is, I love that.
That is cool. Oh, and just to get back to your comment on authors being cheap, the fact of the matter is we're not really cheap. We're just all broke-ass bitches.
Oh, I understand that, too. I mean, when I pay you guys, I'm paying out of my allowance, which means when I pay you guys, I can't get the luxuries in life, which is like, beer and booze and mushrooms and stuff. I mean, I never had the chance. So
go to those fish concerts and get some mushrooms.
I know, right?
Oh,
so the link to the shirts is in the description box below. So those that are listening can go there, or you go to the site. That will work as well.
Rep it.
All right.
That's a great brand.
With that said, shilling's over. Just buy the fucking shirts. Buy the shirts. It helps me. It helps the authors. All that stuff.
Come on, guys.
And
don't be cunts. Buy the shirts.
You don't see a bunch of ads on the site.
No. This is
every time I click on a freaking news article, it's like there's like 20 fucking ads that bombard me.
Oh my god! Did you guys watch South Park, right? Did you see the South Park thing about ads?
Love South Park.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Did you watch? Yes. Oh my god! It was so true. I hate ads. It's so true.
Never watched South Park, but I do hate ads.
I know, right? You would have loved this.
Well, you would love the recent season of South Park. It hits on every fucking thing, as far as from PC to ads.
That show's still on. Damn.
Oh my god, it's better than ever.
Eventually, what's probably going to happen is they're going to go so far that they get kicked off. But I mean, I don't see Comedy
I
Central
hope
doing
not.
that.
Oh, we need it. Oh my
They get
God, Caitlyn
hijacked.
Jenner. That was the best.
Oh yeah.
Don't even get me started on Jenner.
She gets so much praise, but like, there's like all it takes is to, yeah. Let's not talk about the fact that she she killed someone with her car.
Yes.
Like,
no one remembers that. No one seems to care about that.
Manslaughter. I mean, what the fuck? She should be in prison.
Seriously, and it's just like this big, and she, you know what? She is like the ugliest woman. Like no one's like all that surgery was for nothing. She looks terrible.
It is. I mean,
God.
maybe that's maybe that's the way to the whole Target bathroom scenario, the whole transgender bathroom thing.
Oh
like,
my God.
She wouldn't even pass as a woman. Be like, what is that thing? You need to give it its own restroom. Did I just say something that's going to piss off a bunch of transgender? I'm sorry. Look, I've seen ones that are I've seen some that are so convincing that I'm like, I'm actually aroused by this right now.
Yes.
But then I see a picture of her or him without the wig. I'm like, oh.
Ugh. No.
This looks kind of passable because I mean,
do you know she's going to be naked?
You gotta get Jenner a litter box in the back of the freaking store.
Oh.
Sports Illustrated is going to have her, and she's just going to be wearing her gold medal or his gold medal from 40 years ago. This summer, you're going to get to see naked Caitlyn Jenner on Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, make sure you get your grandma subscription before.
All right. Miss Wolak.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have one story, and you're the most talkative right now? Not to harp on you, Mr. Riddle.
Not at all.
We got a bunch of content. We'll cover you pretty soon.
No problem.
Miss Wolak. All right, so paint.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that story.
I was on the Chive, this really great website, and basically, if you love like really, really, really beautiful women, like alongside like hilarious galleries about like 90s nostalgia, this is the site for you, the Chive. And they have these really great things sometimes about like true and unbelievable stories, and this one was one of them. And it was this late 1930s Hungarian artist, and basically like he would paint subjects, and they would just die. And then eventually he died in this cheap lodging house, and next to him was a drawing of himself. And I was like, oh my God, this is like nobody knows about this story, so I fictionalized it, changed it, and this was paint, and this is like all based on a true story. So, but I tried to make it so that the end it's sort of up in the air if the guy she's talking to is actually the devil, because he kind of urged him along in his career, and then he sort of left in ruin, like he left his life in shambles. So tried to put a few layers in there.
Sounds pretty cool.
Got that.
Yo.
The layers are there. So, a true story. A Hungarian painter.
In the 1930s, Hans Kino.
1930s.
It's a crazy time.
So if I were to look this up right now, I would find some stuff, huh?
Hans Kino is the real name.
I'm curious about that. I gotta look into that.
See,
the thing that strikes me about, or at least perplexes me about cursed paintings, cursed objects, specifically paintings. Have you heard about this one called "The Hands Resist Him"?
The Hands Resist Him. I am looking up now. Is that it's a painting?
It is a painting.
The Hands.
It's pretty recent.
Oh. Whoa, this is a creepy. Oh my God, this is so creepy.
There's a whole Wikipedia page on it.
Yeah. Oh my God. It has the orbs and oh my God, that's like a creepy. It's the two kids, right?
Yeah, the two kids. One's a boy, who
and one's a
oddly enough looks kind of like my son, and this creepy-looking doll, and these weird hands. And for those that don't know, I mean, you can just look it up. I mean, you can Google it, but if you're really that lazy, I guess I can screen share and bring it up.
eBay haunted painting. Oh my God! It's called the haunted painting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it was sold on eBay, which I have a theory. I mean, like, it was sold for I want to say over $1,000
Oh my God.
because it was cursed.
Oh,
Like,
well, there's a sign.
I'm willing to bet if you were to sell anything that was like cursed, if you just say it's cursed and have like some story about it.
Sell for over $1,000.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have a creepy painting of your own grandma, and like I have one right here in my room.
Who doesn't?
I know, right? I feel like she's judging me. I'm like, she's like, it's so creepy.
What are you doing? What are you talking about? Language.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Watch your fucking mouth, you cunts.
I'm too lazy to do the screen share thing on that. But for those that don't know, just Google it. Just Google it. I mean, that'll work just fine. The hands resist them. What's crazy about this, and how it relates to your story, is that the rumors about it is that even just looking at the picture, like you're doing right now, Miss Riddle, have you seen this picture?
I haven't seen it yet because I've only got the one device right now, so I'll have to look it up after the interview.
Okay. Well, be careful, because rumor has it that even just looking at it for like
you
5
did.
minutes. yeah, just it's kind of like the ring. It's kind of like, yeah. So now, what's going to happen is you're going to feel dizzy. You're going to have to be nauseous. You're going to be vomiting. You're going to have diarrhea.
That's just a Friday night for me.
It's a
I was about to say the same thing.
It had nothing to do with the Taco Bell I just ate. It had everything to do with that creepy picture. But there's some people that say, like, there's some people that apparently owners of this painting claim that the boy would leave the painting and like be in the room.
Oh,
and I'm
come
like,
on.
hold on here, hold on.
Oh.
How can a boy? Wait. How can anything just escape a canvas and just materialize like in your fucking room? It's like the movie The Ring.
Oh God.
You're gonna get me that painting. I definitely gotta get that painting.
I'm that sort of mindset, man. Shawn has the right idea. Like when I heard that, I was like, I want to get 2 of those things. I want to get those because that way I can see both of the boys and be like, hey, come on now, what's going on?
Hey, keep one in the bathroom in case you haven't stopped up one night.
Yeah.
Hope they're plumbers. Oh my! Now this is just so like I'm gonna see him behind me in the screen or something. Oh God, this is terrifying.
Oh shit! Your door's opening.
Oh my God!
I see the little blue shirt little kid behind you. There's a little kid behind you.
Oh my God! That's my boyfriend. He's a little younger.
Why are you holding a knife?
Well, it's kind of a cougar here.
He's 12.
Oh well, in some countries that's legal.
It's totally fine.
I think.
No comment.
This is so scary. Oh my God. Just don't touch my weed.
I wish.
Yeah.
I'm just over here with some Gentleman Jack right now.
That's even better.
I'm still stuck in a state where it's illegal, so I got to deal with my cranberry juice.
Oh, keeping it clean.
Cranberry juice and Vicodin.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good night.
Now it's a night.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
But see, that's not the only painting. It goes even further. Have you heard about this painting called what is it? I think it's the Anguished Man or the English one. I think it's Anguished Man.
The Englishman?
Oh, no, not the Englishman. The anguished, as in like.
Anguished,
yeah.
man. Yeah. Is this gonna haunt? Like, is this if you look at it, you'll?
No. This one should be fine. It's not gonna curse you.
You'll get hurt.
But if you have it in your house, you're gonna smell like burning. You're gonna hear screams. And
oh
stuff.
My God, that's a really, really terrifying looking picture.
It is. It is just a picture of like it looks like just a dude on fire. Just like screaming.
It looks so anguished.
Like
Hence the title.
Oh my, that's terrifying. It looks like a Queen album cover.
Now
that's
there is
The weird
a
News the
YouTube
World?
challenge on this. There's a YouTube challenge on this, which we could do right now, actually.
What's the YouTube challenge?
Supposedly, if you stare at that painting for a while, you'll start going like mad.
Shaw. What?
But now, come on. I would imagine if you stare at any painting like that for a while, you're gonna go a little insane. It's just like you're looking at the same fucking thing.
Yeah, you're gonna go to a dark place.
That's not much of a
Yeah,
fucking challenge for me. I'm already there.
It's gotta suck.
Right?
Stare at that Ferris Bueller painting for a while.
Fucking drowning in debt over here. What else could happen? I have
Exactly,
ghost kids running around my fucking house. I have the ring girl in my bathroom. I have zombies in my backyard.
The fun house.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Like all these stories on Deadman's Tome. All these stories on Deadman's Tome are actually not even from other authors. They're all from like crazy experiences that I have lived in this house.
There's another story.
No, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, there's like a nice modern.
Story. It's one big fucking house.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
All right, now the real question I have about paint, Miss Wolak. I like that name, Miss Wolak. Am I saying that right?
Thank you. I think so. It's like everyone says it different. I love it.
It sounds like, and please don't take this as an insult. It sounds like, why would you take this as an insult? It sounds like a Star Wars character, a Star Trek character, Miss Wolak.
I like it.
Wolak.
I like it. Wolak, like a species of Wallachs.
Yeah, like something like Luke would shoot. You know, when he's on. Yeah.
I hope it's Stormtrooper.
Like the wombats. Yeah, not the Stormtroopers. Definitely not that. All right. So how does it work? Like when the painter paints someone, they just die?
Well, like in real life or in the story?
In the story.
In the story, okay. So I figured like it would sort of like match his relationship to like the subject. So like when he like the first one he had, she like dies, she like just like succumbs. Like I try to like make it like very like, you know, like back in the 30s when they didn't have like an excuse for death, they would be like, oh, they died of consumption, or they died of like they succumbed to the weather. So it's like they kind of wilt like flowers. The life just drains from them and like into the canvas, and they just die.
Well, that sounds poetic.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would feel.
Just die like the cunts they are. There's like, yeah, there's like sort of wilt. It comes out of their. It just life just goes away. Or like the way like I figure if you had like Satan involved with you somehow, I feel like he would just sort of drain life from you, like take it. Or, like,
How are we going to govern whether Satan's involved in you? Are we talking about like if you're on the naughty list, on God's naughty list?
If you're on God's naughty list, let me tell you, Keanu Reeves, you will get Satan.
So, if you're wearing like multiple clothes of multiple fabrics, if you're eating shellfish, that sort of thing, you're going to be on God's naughty list? Okay. Well, gotta avoid that.
But yeah, just like it is sort of crumple. That's how I sort of like, you know, like just like a 30s death. Just no excuse for it.
Now,
good old fashioned.
From what I understand, the artist, the painter, he has to paint their picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, and they take it home with them, or they hang it up, and that's when it starts taking effect. Okay. Yeah. So what if the painter like paints someone who's a twin, like twin brothers, but he only paints one of them? Let's say one guy's name is Luke. He paints him, but Luke looks just like his brother. What's his name? I don't know. Luke number 2.
DeMarcus.
I know, right? It's so creative. I like the name. So would they both die?
I would think he would just the one. Oh, that'd be an even better story. So just the one that's painted dies, and his twin has to live with like this haunting painting of his dead brother, and like the brother jumps out, steals his dates when he gets older.
That's pretty accurate. That's a pretty skilled painter right there, because some paintings I look at, I'm like, that could look like this guy, that could look like that guy.
It has to be, one of them has a birthmark.
The scar. One has a goatee or something. He's the evil
third
brother.
Nipple.
A third nipple.
Shirtless paintings. It's a pervy painter.
I like that. See, and that's more. I don't know, something that you can work with for a sequel.
Exactly. Of the Wahlberg brothers, only they're not twins. I just know that one of them has a third nipple.
So, we got your inspiration. It's based on a real life event.
Yes.
I'm so curious about that. I mean, I gotta look into that.
Yeah, look at it. It's crazy. It's crazier than the story. The truth is crazier than the story. It's
of course.
insane. Kino, Kinnow is his last name. Hans and Franz.
So, what other projects are you working on?
I have I just got a historical fiction story is published. It's a short story, and it's not horror, but it's like coming of age, and it's this little boy and his friend, and it's like it's very, very sad. And I have a bunch of other horror stories out there as well, and like Hello Horror, Bewildering Stories. Dans Macabre. I don't know how to say it. I feel like an idiot. It's German. Dans Macabre.
All right. Dans Macabre.
And
Maybe.
Macabre. And
is that right, Mr. Riddle?
Dans?
Yes.
Mr. Riddle's looking behind him. I think he's haunted right now.
Do you have a ghost?
No, not at all.
There's a ghost behind him. Dude, are you sure? There's a creepy
God.
Japanese girl behind you.
Oh my God.
Bring her on.
So, what is The Tasteless?
My book.
What is that?
That is a young adult book I wrote 2 or 3 years ago, and it was my first novel that was published, and that is making me like less and less money every year. I think I made like $200 off this
Well,
book.
I see the problem is it's $25. Man.
Yeah.
Then again, my Deadman's Tome T-shirt is $25, so I shouldn't complain either. So
people have to make a choice.
I know, right? The Tasteless.
And I have a
show.
Money? Huh?
It has a show?
Oh no, I have a show called The Young and the Tasteless.
Oh. Okay.
On HerTube network.tv, because hertube.com is don't go to hertube.com, that's a porn site for women, but hertubemedia.tv or something along that's where my show is.
Heading there right now. Hang on one second. .com, right? Yeah.
Oh my God. You're gonna be in for a surprise.
oh, it's one of those. Unless maybe he's into that sort of thing.
Yeah. No judgment in the safe space.
No judgment. Whatever comes out of the pants works for me, right? I guess. It's a surprise. Zip and whoa, it hit me in the face. Okay, never mind. Not doing that. All right. So okay. So I googled your name because I was like, okay, maybe I need to know something about her before I put her on. And I did the same thing with you too, Mr. Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, you got a whole like resume. You got a whole thing. You got.
Thank you.
You're an actress.
I was.
Right?
That was something I diddled with, or no, that's the wrong word.
Dabbled?
No.
Maybe?
Women's porn site.
Oh my god. I dabbled in like when I was in my early 20s, and then I was like, this is bullshit.
I was young. I needed the money.
Oh.
Actors are the worst.
These videos, they're all legit. Like you didn't have to.
Wait, which videos?
Oh.
Oh no.
I gotta do some more research then.
Google search. Google search.
You'll find my grandma if you do more research. No, yeah, so yeah, I did some acting, and that's brought me to, writing is much more for me.
All right, I hear that. It's not gonna
Yeah.
pay as well. Maybe not.
Oh my god, I never got friggin' any roles. I sucked. I sucked at acting. My monologue that I would bring with me, because you have to have like a prepared monologue, was a monologue from Family Guy, and it never got me the part.
Oh, damn. What was the monologue?
It was. Do you remember the episode? It's from the episode Jerome is the New Black, and it's when Quagmire just goes off on Brian, and he's like, just tells him everything that's wrong with him, and he's like,
Oh yeah, I do.
He's like, you know what's wrong with you? Like,
That
you
was
don't even know
actually
that.
That was actually one of those, really good parts in Deadman and Family Guy. Were, yeah,
and
it
it's
was good.
better because Seth MacFarlane does both voices, so he's just like talking to himself.
Yeah.
But yes, acting did not.
That's good.
No.
So you're definitely a busybody. You did a lot. You do a lot. This is something about you are you work out. You work out. Are you a trainer?
Me? Trainer? No. I just ate like 5 taquitos.
That must be another. That must be another That must be another Kathleen Wolak.
There is an obituary for a Kathleen M. Wolak too. Oh. That's not me.
And I see some pictures of topless girl. That's not you? That's not you.
What?
Should I screen share this right now? Maybe not. I found this.
Pictures of topless women.
No, I'm just
screen share those.
messing with you.
Definitely, I want to see a topless me.
Any.
Google.
These might not be your. I have found out that someone photoshopped your face on someone else. No, that'd be a level of fame right there. That would be
awesome.
A level of fame.
I wouldn't even be mad.
I wouldn't be either. If someone photoshopped my face on another dude's body or another chick's body, I'd be like, wow, they took the time to do that. All right.
Seriously, that means they care.
I know, right? If they have enough time if they take the time out of their busy day of jacking off and eating mac and cheese to Photoshop you on another person's body, they love you.
They do.
You can't hate them for that.
The purest form of flattery.
Exactly. All right, Mr. Riddle. Mr. Riddle.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on with you? What are you working on now?
Actually, I'm not working on a whole lot right now. I came to a decision about a week and a half ago that I was actually going to start writing again. I got out of it for a couple of years after I published several stories. I started writing my first novel based on that story, Lockdown, that you have published. I've got a couple chapters into it, and then it kind of petered out. So my plan is at this particular point is to get started back up on that once my daytime job calms down, because as we all know, real life gets in the fucking way of things pretty badly.
Yes.
It definitely does.
And actually, I also started a story at work the other day, and it'd be a couple thousand words, just a flash fiction type thing, but just something to get my feet wet and get back in the habit of writing again,
I hear you on that. I mean, it's hard to get in the routine of things. I used to write a lot, but I still haven't really found that sort of I don't know, that groove. It's just not happening. But sometimes it's even hard for me to get off my ass to write the little, like, 1 or 2 paragraphs I have to write for, like, something like this. Like, okay, this is a show, here's this person, okay, okay, this is good. But on a daily basis, my job entails, like, writing fucking, like, whole documents worth of crap that happens on a real-life basis. That when I get home, I'm like, man, I'm burnt out.
What is your job? What do you do?
I'm an investigator.
No. Oh.
Yeah, so not law enforcement, but another department that some people have a bad run-in with.
Oh.
from time to time.
Oh, nice. Very interesting.
No
I
such
bet so.
agency.
Oh
Huh?
my. All right.
I'm a government man. I know all about all your secrets. And
All right.
Mr. Riddle, I have to tell you, you need to stop. You need to stop writing zombie stories. You're getting too close to the truth. We cannot have that.
Well, then
Like
just come and get me.
Well, it's going to be much more than that. See, if you keep on writing about that, we're going to be like, well, he really wants to experience the real thing, so we're just going to kick down your door, go in, and then you're just going to disappear from the face of the earth. But
if you're going to kick down my door, I've got one suggestion for you. Bring friends. A lot of them.
Oh. Well, the department I work for, we got people.
Works for me.
Better yet, I tell you what. To avoid confrontation, we'll just get you whenever you go out for any sort of fast food run or anything like that. There you go.
I'm game.
We're hiding. But when I read Lockdown, when I read Lockdown, the thing I noticed was how much time it took for the doctors to, like, see the patients. It's like the little things like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I was like, I can't really call right now. I got to bring it up. I was like, wow, there's like a whole bunch of time in between. I'm like, what the hell was that doctor doing? Just, it's the same thing. Like the doctor's letting the patient just sit there as he's like sweating and getting worse and developing all these weird lesions and stuff. It's just like, well, it happens.
The funny part about that is I had originally wrote the timeline a little closer together, where the doctor was getting in and out faster, and my brother Stephen and my wife's friend Sarah, who were both editing the story for me, pointed out that that's completely unrealistic, because anybody who's ever been in a hospital or a doctor's office knows that doctors love to make you fucking wait.
Mm-hmm.
And the worse you feel, the longer it seems for them to take. So I had to go back and edit it out for time a little bit to make sure it was a little more on the real life side, should I say.
The only way you get something done fast is if you're someone in my department as an investigator and you show up with your badge and they're like, go ahead and come on back. Let's go and talk. Hey, you want all the reports you ever wanted? Here you go. Here you go. You want to know everything about this person? Here you go. I was like, all right.
Here's the information. Enjoy it.
Yeah, get a badge.
Yeah, just get a badge.
Just get a badge.
But, so, I know that it's like a small detail, but I noticed that. The other thing with Lockdown, and I know I brought this up in email, was the choice. Miss Wolak, have you read this story?
I was reading the 4th of July. 4th of July.
Oh, you mean 4th of July. It's not 4th of July. It's 4th of July. There's a reason for that.
4th of July. 4th of July.
Mr. Riddle smug right now. It's a joke.
I'm all good.
But because I saw that you had 2, and I wanted to look for the other one, and then I was like, oh my god, I get distracted by the shiny stuff in my friggin' desk.
I get distracted with the with other things, videos and stuff. Anyway, so on Lockdown. Oh shit! I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, sorry. His choice of word, his choice of naming his I guess he's not main character, protagonist, if you will. I wouldn't even call him that because he's kind of an asshole doctor. He's more like the antagonist of anything.
Pretty much.
But Zimmerman.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, and I read this, the new things about Zimmerman, about him trying to sell his gun, the gun he used to shoot the kid or whatever, the dude.
He sold it for so much.
Well, and the funny part about the name reference is, as I told you in the emails, that I'd actually written that about a year before that whole situation ever even took place.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
In fact, the dates on the story are pretty close to the dates it was written.
Oh my god, that's haunting.
That is haunting. This Riddle, you might have psychic powers. You
Yeah.
might be able to tell the future without knowing it.
I've been accused of it once or twice.
You got a bald head too. So like, what is it? You rub your head, you get good luck or something? Is that true? Is that how it works?
Kind of.
No. It's like a genie, dude. You can't grant your own wishes.
Watch me.
Okay, you can't like. Oh, he just nodded.
It's only good for other people.
He just granted a wish
There you
somewhere. He just did a head nod. He granted a wish. Whatever that
Someone's
was.
happy. Someone got the George Zimmerman gun just now.
So like, man, you really want me to hate this doctor? I mean, I really already hate this doctor. He's an asshole. You really want me to hate this doctor?
He was definitely a prick from the first paragraph on the entire story. So yeah, that's my whole theory on that one was I gotta have somebody in there that you just gotta want to beat the shit out of, and that he was definitely him.
Oh yeah.
It's evocative.
Exactly.
Now, on 4th of July, what were the 3 dudes doing in the cabin alone on 4th of July?
I know a couple of the individuals who are in that story. Every character in that story represents a friend or family member of mine. Jack
Wait
and
a
Mike.
second. Not that I'm a stalker or anything, but I try to be aware, mindful of what's going on. I followed your Facebook thread. I was like, oh, what is he talking about? Who? Did you kill off your family? Did you kill off your family in the story?
Actually, no. The 4th of July, the only survivor is a family member. Everybody else gets killed. In fact, the story is told from my eyes. So I kill myself twice.
Oh, fuck. Damn. Dual suicide.
Sacrifice.
And that was actually the first bit of writing I ever did in my entire life. And I was told by my brother and by my editor Sarah that that was a risky thing to do it in first person present, but I actually somewhat pulled it off. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice it was present. It read like a script, which is fine. I mean, I actually didn't really notice it halfway through. I'm like, man, this actually reads like a script. It reads like it's just all going in one pace, and I like that flow. It worked well with it. I mean, the intensity of the story, the fast pacing. I did like the fact that they actually used the word zombie. Well, they kind of did. And when he first mentions it, he's like, no, don't say that word. He's like, oh my god, there's that joke. Like in any fucking zombie movie, it's like no one ever fucking says the word. Like in The Walking Dead, it's like, you have got to be kidding me. Like,
Just
why
say
don't
the
you just
word.
fucking say the word zombie?
Maybe that's like their N-word.
well, the thing about The Walking Dead is The Walking Dead tries to put you into a world to where zombies don't exist in fiction. So that's why the word doesn't really exist.
Well, that's
but in
bullshit.
mine, as you can, in mine, as you can see, I actually do have it to where there are zombies in fiction because I make the reference to before my character gets cut off. I did a couple things differently than I should have in that story, but I think the end product turned out pretty well.
I think it did. And just to say, because we have a female guest, I just want to say it has a very strong female character on 4th of July. She survives to the end. She does.
That strong female character happens to be my sister-in-law, and she's a very strong female. So,
and I think she kills
actually,
you the second time. She kills you the second time, right?
Yeah, she sure does.
So you didn't actually get a chance to sink your teeth into her. Huh.
I tried, and I almost tried at the party for the reveal of my story, but my wife stopped me before I got shot. So.
Oh. Some interesting. Should we explore this? Do we want to explore this?
No, let's leave that one alone for now.
Oh, okay. We'll put that. Man, I would love to Jerry Springer the fuck out of these things. Man, my mindset gets fucking better real fast. To be honest, perfectly honesty time with Mr. Deadman. My thing with Deadman's Tome was like, once people realize the man behind it is kind of like, not an asshole, but I don't know. He's not like this. I don't know, just like that stereotype that people have of like some editor or someone, or someone who's like sitting there judging stories, like,
and their top hat and their monocle.
Yeah, I don't have that, and I'm smoking a cigar, and I'm drinking whiskey, but I'm like, my thing is, if those are listening, and the view count been going up and down, it's not really that phenomenal, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure there'll be other listeners, when it's recorded. This is being recorded, by the way.
Fantastic.
So you know. I know, right? So this is your fame. Your fame. So you're still an actress. Because I'm not really talking to. You're just playing a character, right?
I'm schizophrenic.
Sounds about right.
But the one thing as an editor that I don't really like are super long stories. Super long stories. It's not that I don't like to read. I do. I enjoy it at times, but it's when I get home, or like when I'm in between cases and I'm reading. I'm not saying I need a fucking wall of text. I'm just like, okay, if it doesn't grab me in the first or second paragraph, I'm just like, I'm sorry, like I cannot do it. It might be the best story, and there's some I'm just like, I can't. And there was one that I published. I was so close to saying I can't, but I was like, you know what? I like it still because the relationship of the daughter and the dad and what she goes through to find her body again, that was kind of cool. Though, I don't know if you read that one. That was The Mad World. It was pretty good. I liked it.
It was one of those, like, to be said for the succinct writing,
Yeah.
Punchy.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I have been gravitating more towards like flash fiction and shorter stories because of that. And I don't know. I think. What do you guys think about that?
Flash fiction is so good because if it's good flash fiction, because it gets such a punch out in such a short period of time, and it's like you really, and honestly, like we live in we need to read short things now because like all our attention spans are to shit now.
No doubt about that. But I mean, with the flash fiction stuff, I actually have a little experience in that as well. I've got 3 or 4 what they call drabbles actually in print as well, and those are fun and very challenging stories. If anybody doesn't know what a drabble is, basically it's a story of 100 words exactly, not one word more or less.
Wow.
And those were challenging to do, but they were a lot of fun. In fact, the 2 of them I wrote in a matter of half an hour in the afternoon, and they both got published, so I got lucky with those.
Nice.
Damn.
Like Neil Young, write a song in a night.
Yeah, kind of like that.
It's self-contained stories that are short. There's such a stroke of like just magic that are to get all this ahead in what a few paragraphs. That's like that's so rare that it's well done.
Well, and I like it too because it cuts out the filler. It cuts out this shit.
There's no fat there.
For example,
you cut the shit and get down to business.
Yeah, right. So like Anne Rice, I used to read her when I was a kid. She's popular. I know. That's the same thing. I know. I remember reading it as a kid. I'm thinking, I would skip through paragraphs because I'm like, wait, she's just talking about his coat. And I'm like, skipping through pages. She's still just talking about his fucking clothes. I don't care about his clothes. What the like, what does he do? What's going on? Something about a little girl. Okay, let's read that. Okay. So really, I skimmed through. I didn't actually read it because I'm not there like, man, Anne Rice is such a descriptive writer. I get it. You can describe things. You can describe everything. You know what? Like, did you guys, when y'all first started writing, when y'all first started like mastering the craft, if you will, did y'all like describe every fucking thing you could? Did you challenge yourselves?
Actually, with that one, I learned early on from one of my former and still current favorite authors, Stephen King, that the more you say, the less you listen. Stephen King is a brilliant writer, but he goes on for 18 fucking pages about a character's background and where he came from and what his mama made him for dinner and all that good shit. And on page 19, he kills the son of a bitch. So I learned early on that I try to give the information that's needed, especially in a short story, but the information that's needed, but not much more, because if I go on about my character Jack in the 4th of July and go on for 2 pages about, the color jeans he's wearing and the kind of cigarette he's smoking and the kind of beer he's drinking, y'all gonna tune out and throw the bitch aside, and I wouldn't blame you.
Exactly. I mean, you definitely can't do it in a short story. But it's like people do it in a novel. It seems like just for filler. Like, if you were to take that out, what would you have? You'd have like a quick synopsis of what the story was. I mean, really, if you were to put Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire down to a tweet, it'd be like, some dude became a vampire and wasn't happy with it. And had some problems with it.
He had some issues. He was emo.
An emo vampire. But he isn't vampire. So...
Hey, your kids, here's a boring Twilight.
I mean, I got all the respect in the world for a writer when they, give you the details that you want. But when they start giving you details you don't fucking want, like you're talking about Lestat's shirt, who cares? Who gives a damn how frilly his cuts are?
Now, there's some books that do that, with a purpose. There's a reason why they do it, because they're trying to describe a setting, and maybe it's part of the story, American Psycho. The author goes off on describing things but it fits that character.
Yeah.
Because he's realistic. It's all about stuff. It's all about the things,
Excess.
That's important. But you couldn't really. You could kind of pull that off of a short story, but not with all the description. Like, if you did all he did pop culture, he did branding clothes and stuff like that. I mean, just do something quick.
Yeah, because now you really need to know his obsessions with everything and his fastidiousness with every little everyday life. That was, oh my god.
Yeah, that was good.
I love. Did you remember when, I didn't even know this happened years ago? Bret Easton Ellis, he was trying to order Coke from his Coke dealer, but he accidentally tweeted his Coke dealer to his millions of followers his order.
Oops.
Did that boost his dealer's sales? I mean,
right? I was wondering. I was like, this would either be really a pissed off drug dealer I'd be dealing with after this, or a real happy one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and what drug dealer is on Twitter?
Oh fuck! Yeah, right.
You got work to do.
You gotta disconnect from that shit. You gotta hide behind layers.
Seriously.
All right, so Shawn M. Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
What is? And I imagine you're a zombie fan through and through. A zombie expert, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. What is a real zombie?
What is a real zombie?
Reanimated from death, or a virus? The 20 days later.
It's going to depend on your total point of view. I've read books and stories to where there's been parasitic infections, viral infections, and then of course you have the ancient George Lucas where it's all just mystical, cosmic radiation coming down from the heavens. So it's kind of hard to say what your idea of a real zombie is, but on my particular point of view, what I consider a real zombie, well, real as in literary real, is basically a viral infection takes over the body. And as you can see in my stories, after the body dies and reanimates, these sons of bitches get up and run. A lot of people don't like the running zombies bit, but my theory on it is, hey, they get up, their blood's still warm, their muscles haven't locked up yet. They'll slow down as they go along. But at first, I try to make it as realistic as possible for, a zombie as it is, because we all know that's never going to happen. Pardon me. But I've seen so many different authors do them in so many different ways, it's almost impossible to describe.
Well, what if I told you I know a real zombie in real life.
Okay.
What?
I'd say bring him over. Let's party.
I wish I could.
How
But
do
his
you know
internet
Wolf
connection is
Blitzer?
worse than mine. There's this guy. His name is Undead Greg. He ventured on the site every once in a while. He has this podcast on Spreaker where he says a bunch of random crap. It's like a zombie's perspective on life. But he claims that the only real zombie is one that's reanimated from death. Because he's seen the afterlife. He didn't want to come back. He didn't have a choice. He just came back. But, to each your own, you're right. My perspective is like, that makes no sense to me. I'm like, if you die, you should be dead, right? Like, why would you come back? That's weird. Like, just stay dead. Everything that comes back after dying, like, just shoot it again.
In one of the old Romero movies, one of the characters ends up getting bitten, and he's sitting there, looking down at his feet, and his partner's like, "Hey, man, you want me to take care of you?" He goes, "Don't bother. I want to see how it is from the other side of things for once." So, hey, I get bit by a zombie, I'll say, you know what? Let me reanimate. Give me 5 minutes, then blow my fucking brains out.
Now, what would you do if, like, a family member or friend comes back from the dead? Like, what would you do?
Well, it's going to depend on where I am and what's going on, but the first thing I'm going to do is probably shit my pants. Second thing I'm going to do is find either a heavy club or pull my pistol out of my safe and put a hole in their head.
All right. You got the thing in your safe. You might want to keep that next to your bed. Not if you have kids in your house or anything like that, but definitely. I mean, I'm just saying because you seem like a prime target. If there's some sort of like zombie cult Illuminati shit going down, you're going to be the first one taken out because you're telling the truth, the Alex Jones truth.
That works for me. Bring him on.
I want to hear more about Undead Greg. Who is this guy?
This Undead Greg guy. He's a pot-smoking zombie.
Awesome.
Who it helps keep him sedated, which is why he's not aggressive. He hasn't really done a podcast in a while because I don't know. I did a series of clips with him where I tried to document his life, but it didn't turn out too well. He thought I was making a mockumentary of his life. I was like, no, man, I'm just trying to get your life. But you live like a fucking bum. Like, you live in a storage closet. You make money by begging out in the park, giving head to like truckers. Because how is he gonna make money? Who's gonna hire a zombie? The lot lizards do it.
Undead Greg is a slut.
He is a slut.
He's a dirty slut.
Nothing wrong with dirty slut.
Undead Greg gotta get some respect for himself.
I need to drop a link onto the site. That's what I'll do. I'll drop a link onto the site about him.
That'd be awesome. This is amazing.
He's too as fuck. He's too as fuck. And I think he might offer Mr. Riddle some perspective. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not trying to say that I know. This is not me. This is what I'm hearing from him. And he could just be a guy in fucking crappy zombie makeup. I don't know. But he seems pretty convincing to me because he smells like shit. He smells like a dead... He smells like a dead Rottweiler just sitting out there in the sun. Like that's kind of convincing.
Undead Greg. God, clean yourself up. God, the truckers aren't going to want you forever.
Well, how old is he?
He's like...
Ageless.
I don't know.
Well, because one reason I'm saying that is I have 5 children, and that smell is very prevalent in any teenager's bedroom.
Ooh. Well, actually, I think I remember my teenage years, and yeah, it smelled like. Never mind. It smelled like dried cum and depression.
Yeah. They go hand in hand.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad.
Teenager.
Bunch
It
of
was a
Kleenex
sad
stuck to the
moment.
wall.
Those moments were glorious moments. The day I discovered my dad's porn stash was like the happiest day of my life.
Aww.
Remember that?
Before the internet.
I broke my, no, I didn't break. I hit my leg, I injured my leg, and we're going upstairs to get some ointment. What am I thinking, right? This is even before I discovered porn. And I opened the cabinet above the toilet, and it's like, oh, it's like, I didn't even know what I was looking at, but I knew what I was looking at.
Oh, you knew. You
I'm like
knew.
looking at 3 shelves full of Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler,
Penthouse.
some
That was-
other magazine like Booty or something. I was like, okay,
Ebony
I know
curves.
what I'm doing. It's like I already knew. It's like it required no like programming. That's why like these SJWs that say like, oh, gender is a social construct and all this stuff. Maybe to some degree, but like I literally like when I saw that, I already knew what I was gonna do. It required no training. It required no indoctrination. I was like, I'm gonna look at that magazine, and I'm gonna take care of my business. I'm gonna stroke my meat.
About 50 times. Get ready, Kathy Ireland.
You know what? I could still. I don't actually know. I can't say that. I still remember our first penthouse woman, penthouse lady, whatever they were called. I still remember.
Penthouse pets.
Penthouse pet.
Pets.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember liking the Hustler because it was like it was low and dirty.
That one, yeah, that's the lowbrow of like it was like Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler.
Playboy's like, we're gonna get our girls. They're gonna look all nice. We're not gonna show you everything. We're just gonna tease you. Yeah,
it's gonna class it up.
Class it up. Penthouse is like fuck class. We're here. It's pussy with some class. Here you go.
It is. It has diamonds around it.
Hustler's like, Hustler's like, all right, let's go down to the ghetto. Let's find some crack hoes, bring them in, give them a shower, clean them up a little bit, okay? You gotta wash it, okay?
Ooh, a shower.
Take a fucking bath. Yeah.
That's the December issue.
Yeah. I think I recall some dingleberries being in some of the pictures. I don't know.
That's Hustler's bread and butter.
I don't think that's chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Larry Flint don't give a shit.
Nothing like Klingons.
No, we don't. People be like, what does it have to do with Deadman's Tome? They're talking about porn mags and Hustler and Playboy and Penthouse. Who's saying this? There are only like 2 viewers right now. We could say whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
Say what the fuck we want.
That's bad.
Those are like literature now compared. I mean, it's so. I can't believe people only used to have magazines for porn. That's so weird to me?
I know, right? Like, I'm thinking about how is it gonna be when my son discovers porn? Like,
it's gonna be interactive.
By the time he discovers porn, yeah, it's gonna be like VR headsets, and it's be like, oh, that's the other thing. Okay, it's talking to my wife about this, about your story, paint. And I was like, because it led me to look into like the things that resist him, that painting. Going back to that. So there are people that say like the painting's cursed and like this ghost boy or the boy will come out of the painting. Like the movie like The Ring. Like the Japanese girl will come out of the TV. How the fuck is that possible?
Right! That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I was like, come on.
Right?
Out of the TV. And now I'm thinking it is possible because of the shit going on today.
But I'm like, if that is possible, wouldn't you think of any industry that the porn industry would totally capitalize on that?
Of course. Oh, it's coming.
I mean,
Pun
imagine
intended.
you open a magazine because somehow it comes back in print, and they're like, the girl comes out, or the boy, or the guy, whatever you're into, okay, the donkey, comes out in a VR sort of situation. It's okay, because you're not really having sex or violating or whatever the real thing. It's like this essence of it. Yeah, like a hologram, except it feels not like a hologram.
That would be the trick. Making it feel real.
That would be something that would fuck over that would change everything. That would change.
I think 3D printers will have something to do with it.
What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna break up this live feed into clips into what works as far as, like, I understand how YouTube works. I've been making YouTube videos here and there, but none of them have been really that successful. But clickbait stuff, I mean, the stuff we're talking about right now, it's like, this stuff is retarded, but it works. I mean, really, I got off topic. I was talking about zombies.
Hologram porn.
Hologram porn.
Zombies. Yeah, how do you get from zombies to porn? Where the fuck is your mind at?
Well, Undead Greg actually talks a lot about porn and zombies.
Ooh.
So that relates to it.
Greg? What a gentleman.
I know. He tries to say, like, ladies, he would say something like, ladies, a zombie dick don't quit, so, hey, you can always use me. You might get a rash, though.
Come get some of that rigor mortis, baby.
Yeah.
It's always hard. Been dead for several years now, and still hard.
He's not a quitter.
No, he's not. He's not a quitter. And you know who's not a quitter? These 3 dudes that were in a cabin and a 4th of July. Mr. Riddle, go back to your story, because I know. I mean, I've given Miss Wolak so much time to promote her stuff and all this. We gotta talk about your story some more. I feel like we haven't really covered it that much. 4th of July. Do you ever get questions like, why wasn't it called 4th of July?
Yeah, I've got questions like that before. It was originally written for a compendium of stories by Wild Wolf Press called Holiday of the Dead. And the whole theory of that one has, you're supposed to have a story of a zombie outbreak during a vacation. Now, holiday, of course, is how the British refer to as a vacation. I took it literally at first, so I was like, okay, well, holiday is it's 4th of July, so I just took a play on words, and basically, with the 4 characters I have in the story that are actually living there, I just did a play on words, and every now and then people will say, hey, how's that 4th of July story? I was like, well, it's not bad. I'll take it either way.
When I posted it, when I first read it, I was like, did he mean 4th of July or 4th of July? But then I was like, wait. I need to read this before I send this email, because I don't want to sound like an idiot. So I read it. I was like, okay, I get it now. There's 3 dudes, 1 chick. 4th of July, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, wait a second. What were the 3 dudes doing in the cabin? And you answered that saying that you know these guys. You didn't quite answer what they were doing in the cabin on 4th of July alone.
Mm-hmm. Fireworks.
We'll call it drinking tea and playing Scrabble.
Drinking tea and playing Scrabble.
There you go.
Miss Wolak, what does that mean to you?
That means these boys were going Downton Abbey.
Playing Scrabble with the balls.
Oh,
hunting. Let's go hunting. Let's go out in deep woods, guys, and go hunting. And
no,
I read the story.
Basically, if it real, it was a yearly fishing trip. They go up to the mountains, fish in the lake, just kind of hang out and get away from real life. But
it was a bro thing. It was a bro thing. It was a let's get away from our wives thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's get away from our wives thing. Let's go fishing.
For the most part.
They probably have some porno mags and take care of their needs, but let's go fishing. Let's do some man things.
Pretty much.
I like it.
They go out and things get fucked up.
Fucked up.
I'm surprised that none of those dudes. Wait, I don't recall exactly. Did any of those dudes try to put a move on the? They did, didn't they? There was one character that tried to. He tried to get a little. I don't know. He tried to make a play on the girl, right? On the woman.
Yeah, a little bit, and not so much. When she was up on top of the little rest area and basically told them all to strip, my buddy Jack just basically said, "What are you looking for, a date, lady?" And that is my friend Jack to a T, the one I based that character on. That's exactly what he would say in that situation. So yeah, even with a gun pointed at him, back in those days, I think he would have made a play for somebody. That's kind of why I put that in there.
Was Jack the first to die?
The first to die was actually Mike.
Oh, okay, so Mike is the first friend you'll throw out of your car or throw into the zombies whenever shit hits the fan.
Pretty much. I mean, Mike, got chased down by a bunch of them, got his ass bit up, and I shot him myself just to make sure he was out and good.
Oh, okay, because it's very important. If you're going to survive a zombie apocalypse, it's very important that you have the understanding of your friends. You have to break them down. Like, okay, if I'm with a group, who am I gonna use as a decoy first? I mean, I would choose the fattest friend. So is Mike fattest friend?
Actually, Mike, between the three of us, of the three of us guys in that story, he is the skinniest and probably the fastest one of us.
Then you're taking him out because you're skinny shaming him.
Oh,
pretty much.
I see what's going on there. Wow, damn, dude.
Tricky.
He's not gonna distract the zombies very much.
But yeah, he was the skinny, stealthy one. That's why I chose to kill him first, because we got to get rid of those stealthy guys.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Skinny guys. You got to get rid of those skinny guys, those skinny, stealthy guys.
Exactly.
Like, you're body shaming me just because I'm a twink. Don't mean you get to throw me out.
Twink. Only bears allowed. No twinks. If
I was you, I would throw the bears out first. If I was you, I would throw the big guys first. I'm a big guy myself. I'm a fat guy myself. That's why you don't see me. Just right now. No shirt. Just my big tits. So I know.
That would attract the zombies.
It attracts the zombies. And it can feed zombies for like a while. You know, like the thing I find it. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got to mansplain a little bit. Sorry, I got to mansplain on this. Maybe Shawn can help me. The thing I hate about zombie movies at times is the ones where they just bite and run. What the fuck is up with that? Finish your goddamn meal. You know what I'm saying?
There are people starving in India, for God's sake.
I know, right?
I can totally agree with that one. There's a bunch of them they will just bite and run. The producers or authors try and make it to the nature of, well, these zombies aren't out for meals, they're out to spread the virus. Yeah, some genetic level, and I'm like, yeah, bullshit. Let them finish their fucking meal and keep going.
Yeah, I mean,
like
you can't have it both ways. Yeah, like zombies are a zombie shark. Oh, God.
Ooh.
God.
Sci-Fi Network.
Two of my favorite things.
Wait. Has Shawn, Mr. Riddle,
Yep.
has Eric S. Brown written a story about a zombie shark yet?
To my knowledge, I don't think he has, but I know he has a book out called Megalodon. It might have something to do with it, but
It does, and that reminds me of some sort of sci-fi thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's done zombie sharks yet.
Miss Wallach, this guy, Eric S. Brown, what I know of him is back in 2010, Deadman's Tome was around for a while before it took a hiatus and all this stuff happened. But before that, Eric S. Brown was this guy, and I remember doing an interview with him because he had a story out, this novel, How the West Went to Hell. I liked it. It was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Interviewed him and all that. It was cool. But one thing I noticed about his stories, he loves Bigfoot, like Sasquatch. He loves zombies. So he hits it. I'm like, okay, I like these things. But like when I look at his novels, and I mean no disrespect to him, he writes well. But I'm like, these things look like things that Sci-Fi Network would totally rip off of. So he needs to be on his game, on his fucking lawyer game, and make sure that doesn't happen. Because I think they already did. Megalodon? I mean...
So they are really ripping him off.
They are.
Does
I would
he
be
not know
surprised
this?
if... I don't think he knows.
Someone's got to alert Eric S.
So
Brown.
I'm thinking Mr. Riddle is my contact, Eric S. Brown. I mean, I could tell him on Facebook directly, but I mean, I think it would come better from a friend. I think you know him, right? Is that right?
I've never met the man personally, but we talked quite a bit over the years, and we actually published a book together as well. So, I mean, I know him pretty well. He's a good guy.
Well,
You're the guy to tell him.
have you told him? Have you told him that Sci-Fi has been stealing his stuff?
I don't know whether Sci-Fi's been stealing his stuff or whether he's been selling it to Sci-Fi, because I know he's had some TV deals and some movie deals going on, so I'm not sure which the case may be.
He's selling to Sci-Fi? Shit. Well, I mean, because if he's making money off it, then...
Sell out.
I mean, I would say the same thing, but I was selling shirts earlier, and whatever.
We're all selling
shirts. I know. You know what about that? The reason why there's some hesitance to the whole healing part is because, believe this or not, like when Deadman's Tome first started, it was called Demonic Tome. Around the time, it was free. Like I wasn't paying anyone anything because it was like a publisher stuff for free, whatever, because I didn't have any money. And then when I started trying to like earn money to pay people, I was like, look, okay, I'll do this thing where like offer a free version and then like a little extra version. You know, I had some extra artwork, extra content, whatever. The guy was like, I want to withdraw my story. Like, okay, what's up? He's like, well, I want to withdraw my story because I don't think anyone should have to pay for content. I was like, well, there's a free version too. He's like, no, they shouldn't have to pay at all. The written word should be free. It's like,
who's this freaking guy?
Where do you live? Where do you live? Like, do you live in fucking America? Like, do you live in the world? Like, it doesn't matter where you live. Like, where in the world do you live? Like, you need... He's like, the written word should be free. I shouldn't have to make any money off it. I don't want to make any money off it. It's like, then
fuck off.
Go fucking charity. What do you guys think about that?
He's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, he already agreed to publish it on there, and I don't see any reason to pull it off there. I can see his point in some respects, but if you want to put your shit out there for free, get your own site and put it out there for free.
Right.
It was within the 14 days. It was within the 14 days, so I kind of had to. I was like, all right.
Still a dick move as far as I'm concerned, but
it is. And I try to tell the guy, I was like, look, I don't understand, because like, either you're like from a rich family, you don't need money, or maybe you're like one of those hipsters that like. Wait, hold on. Are hipsters from like rich families? Because how are they able to like pull off like they don't really need money? They have money.
They could afford their like, vaporizers and their typewriters. They're from a rich family, and they don't work.
Live in mama's basement.
Yeah, they don't fucking work.
Yeah, I never see one working.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Your background, is that the cover of your book? The background of Tasteless?
Oh yeah, my sister, when it first got published, my sister went out and got like the cover blown up and put it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. So you have a Tasteless show. You have Is it a TV show or is it a web show?
It's a web, and it's on like a channel on Roku. It's like an advice writing show, and sometimes I just like vent. It's like kind of anything show, but it's officially an advice show for writers.
Man.
Officially.
Well, I feel like either I didn't give you enough advance notice or anything, because I feel like all those viewers should be coming over here because we only have
I know. I would have mentioned it on my show this week, but I did my show on like a while ago. Yeah, I'll be tweeting this up to my like 3 followers.
It's been fluctuating here and there. I noticed it goes from like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then goes in and out. That's fine. And this is the second time I'm doing this. And there's some things I need to fix before I expect something. Like my voice. My fucking voice. I still sound like a fucking Terminator.
You sound a whole lot better than you did before the interview started, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It does sound, it sounds perfectly clear.
The button you pushed at the last minute worked.
What is the best zombie movie?
Zombieland.
All right, we got to vote for Zombieland.
Depends on how you define best.
Maybe you're going for nuance and stuff. I am totally 100% American, where I don't give a fuck about nuance. It's either black or white. It's like you either go. No, I'm just joking. Okay. Are we talking about viral kind? What are your types?
My opinion, I think the best zombie movie out there still has to be the original Dawn of the Dead by George Romero.
I knew you were going to say that. I had this feeling
you were
going to
say
say
that. It's campy, it's cheesy. I snuck into the fucking theater when I was 7 years old, sat down in the back, and almost shit myself at what I saw on that screen. But since that day, I've been in love with the entire genre. So I got to pay homage to the master of the series.
I use that movie since it's like the origin story, if you will. Zombie, the phrase has other origins as well to go deeper. But as far as mainstream media is concerned, as far as Hollywood is concerned, yeah, Night of the Living Dead. And I use that. I used to do a series called like Zombie Hunter, where like these rednecks would go around pretending to like, they wouldn't pretend to hunt zombies. They would hunt zombies on the fucking woods, all this shit. But people would be like, why is the zombie doing this? Zombie doing that? Zombies can't do that. They're not that smart. Like, you watch Night of the Living Dead. One of the first zombies you see picks up a fucking rock and uses it against a car window. If the zombie can't think, he wouldn't be fucking doing that. He was able to look. He's getting a picture.
That zombie right there.
On this fucking wall. Yeah, that zombie right there. Talk again.
What? Oh, that's so cool.
I actually got the picture signed by the young lady who played Barbara at ZombiCon a few years back.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
If the zombie truly is this brain-dead motherfucker, then he can't pick up a rock and go, man, let me use this hard object on this car window because it's going to help me. He would just be using his fucking palm the whole time. But he's like, let me take a break out of my rage moment and pick up this rock and use it.
Do something very calculated.
Yeah. As calculated as a zombie can be. He's not going to fucking build a missile, but, it's... If there was a baseball bat on the ground, would he pick up the baseball bat or the rock? I don't know.
Was the zombie a Yale man?
Yeah. If he were to chase his victims, would he go for the cripple or go for the non-cripple? What would he do?
Right?
You gotta think about these things.
These are very good points.
I would imagine zombies have preference. Like, humans have preferences. Well, humans have preference for meat. Like, when you... Wait, are any of you vegan?
Ugh, no.
Hell no.
Okay. So, do you like white meat or dark meat?
Yes.
Both? So you don't have a preference. But imagine if a zombie had a preference. Like he went for dark meat. Would that make him racist?
Oh. Or the opposite of racist, right?
Equal opportunity feaster.
He is.
Well, I don't know. He favors black girls, black women, because they tend to have more meat, more fat.
All right, so there's science.
I'm thinking about Nick Greg right now. Jeez, man, I can't stop talking about that motherfucker.
Well, actually, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Zombies do have a preference of what kind of meat. The slowest meat they can get.
Exactly, like a cripple, right?
The slowest motherfucker in the pack.
You know what? I would love to see a zombie movie. I would love to see a zombie movie where, like, a survivor runs and, like, sees a fat cripple in a wheelchair and is like, you know what? And throws her out of the wheelchair. And it's like, you're going to be the zombie bait, and just runs. And actually, after then, he doesn't have to run. He could just stand there the whole time because the zombies are going to be distracted with the fat cripple. What does that mean?
That's a really good idea. That's a really...
Well, it's already kind of happened in Season 2 of Walking Dead, so yeah.
Season 2 of Walking Dead.
Larry Flint would be a good one.
Where Shane kneecapped the fat guy and left him behind.
Yeah, he did. He did do that. He fucking did.
Ah, jerk. Left him behind.
You gotta do what you gotta
I
do.
know. And like Rick has become like the new Shane in a way. I mean, he's done things that are just fucking crazy, but it it's all to keep the group together. It's all to keep them together. Fuck.
He's like the Ross of the group.
Yes. Have you ever seen this movie? It's a really together as a movie. It's pretty fucking terrible, but as a comedy, it's alright. I mean, it breaks down towards the end. It's called I think it's called like The Walking Deceased or something. I don't know. It's on
Oh
Netflix.
yeah,
Like
I've watched that
two
piece of
different titles.
shit.
It is a piece of shit. But I find the silver lining in things at times, and like the way the way they play on the joke of Carl was just hilarious. But if you're just aware of any memes, that's all you need to do. Carl.
The joke. Because she couldn't get up, Carl. I love those memes. Those are the best.
Another good one you might want to check out. It's all in Spanish, but it has subtitles. It was actually shot in Cuba. It's called Juan of the Dead. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's even sillier than Shawn of the Dead was. Basically, you know, the living dead hit Cuba, and this guy figures out that hey, he can make some money off of this. So he puts up signs all over the city, and people call his telephone number. He answers the phone. Hi, Juan of the Dead. We kill your loved ones. How can I help you? I mean, you hire him to go to his house and beat the brains out of their family members or friends. But it's actually a pretty damn silly and funny movie.
Juan of the Dead.
Sounds awesome. I hit that up.
Juan of. Oh my god, that is so funny.
So I don't think we got Sean's answer.
Juan de
What's
los
the best
Muertos.
song? I mean, I know what he said. He said the original. I'm sorry. He said the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't say mine.
What is your?
I'd have to go with Zombieland.
It's so good.
Zombieland.
Bill Murray.
I mean, Bill Murray helps.
Bill Murray.
He does.
He makes it.
What really
Zombieland
helps
was a
sell
great flick, and I loved it, but I have to disagree with both y'all on this one. With me, I love Bill Murray, don't get me wrong. I think the man's funny as hell. But the whole Bill Murray thing just brought the movie to a crashing halt for 15, 20 minutes to where, you know, moved along fine, then came to a standstill. I was like, okay, get on with the fucking story. Okay, I know it's Bill fucking Murray. Okay, I know this. Let's go. But I mean,
they use that moment to help build the relationship between the fuck his name, Columbus, whatever.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, they help build that relationship up. Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah.
It was a
unfortunately,
Hitchcockian.
Hollywood movies, they have to have that part. And there's this need for a relationship. Like there has to be like these characters that form a relationship. It has to. Like why? Like I think
that would be like the last thing I would be thinking about at that point.
Yeah, like everything's going to hell, and you're thinking about are you gonna stick your dick? You're gonna think about still getting
it's
laid.
Emma Stone. Come on. There's gotta be another one.
I don't know. At that point, I'd be like, well, the world's going to hell, so what else are you gonna do? I mean, all the other guys are zombies.
I guess you have the
like,
best chances.
She'd be like, well, I'll just do the Michonne thing and just break their jaw, cut their arms off, and I'll just ride their rigor mortis cock. That's what I'll do.
That is being resourceful.
I'm not gonna get infected from that. I'll wrap it. I'll wrap that shit.
What if you got
be the new insult.
What if it's a zombie baby? You get pregnant with a zombie or with a normal baby?
Well, then it's a stillbirth, right?
Right. Would that be right? Is that right?
Or what if it claws out of you?
No.
Sean, you should write this. It claws out of you.
Ooh, like Alien.
Yes, like Alien. Mr. Riddle. Come on.
I've actually already got a small story that I wrote a couple years back that's got a pregnant woman who the baby dies in her belly and it kind of tears her apart from inside out. So
that's good. That's good. But I'm gonna tell you, play around with this. If you do, please give me the story, and I'll give you 20 cents for each view and comment and stuff. I'm a little tipsy right now, so I may not remember this, but if you can write a story where a woman has sex with a zombie and has the zombie baby eat out of her, I will That's it. I like that. That would be it. I'd be like, that is the story of Deadman's Tome. I'm not publishing any other stories for a week. That's it. That's it. That is it.
Well, that's going to have to be under the lines of bizarro fiction. So I'll have to see what I can come up with.
Hey, that's okay. I'm cool with that. Like, I've published some weird shit before. Have y'all seen the latest story I published? It wasn't. Besides 4 of July, the other one. Oh, that's right, 2 of them. A Hero's Welcome, and then Dinner Time. I even did a little video on Dinner Time. It is essentially about a guy wanting a blowjob. It's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. It's more to it than that.
That's a fucking stretch.
The relationship.
It is. Imagine being in a relationship with someone who, well, actually, the guy is kind of a dick too, because he was kind of flirtatious. There's a reason why the woman like crippled him and like, you know, arranged this car wreck to happen where he's now paralyzed and all this stuff. But like, he's like,
very
look,
baby Jane.
Can I get an escort to blow me? Can I just do this?
You guys have it.
Come on now. And she's like, well, I don't satisfy. It's like, I go down on you, you don't go down on me. What's the problem here? He doesn't say it like that. That's how I would say it.
Fair point.
You know? He says it all to me. He's like, well, you don't satisfy me. Well.
He's honest. Oh my god, I love the last line in the story. That's probably the best last line ever.
What if I would ask her to swallow? I mean, shit, you don't have to swallow it. You're going to spit it out. Fuck.
Or just dodge.
Well, we're coming towards an end. Maybe in the future we could do like an after show sort of situation. I would love that.
Ooh,
I want to know your guys' take honestly of this thing, because it's a new venture for me as well.
Love it.
Have you both on as guests? Obviously, you're talking about your stories, talking about a bunch of stuff related to your stories. Got off topic. How was it?
Amazing.
Getting off topic is one of the fun parts.
Yeah.
Because you can't really have a dry show where you're all sitting around. Yes, I wrote this, and I wrote it while sitting, in my room, with a big, candle on my head and my dick in a cupcake. We don't want to know about that stuff.
Oh, I know about that.
Dick in a cupcake. So,
I know about the dick in a
cupcake. What was the cupcake's name?
It's good to keep things light. So.
Oh.
Her name is Cupcake. She's a hooker.
She's light, so it's angel food. It's an angel food cupcake.
Angel food cupcake with a hooker. There you go.
So, what do you guys like about Deadman's Tome?
Everything.
I know Shawn's new to it.
Yeah, it's hard to formulate much of an opinion as of yet, but what I've seen, I like the fact that you're publishing works of people who, like myself, aren't well known in the industry, who just want to get their name out there and just have somebody read their shit. I like the fact that you give people a chance to do that.
Mr. Riddle, I got a secret for you.
Oh shit!
I'm not that well known. I'm not that well known either. So we're kind of in the same boat. But we help each other out.
That's exactly. We can all help each other out.
We help each other out. I said it before. I'll say it right now. You know what a publisher is? You know what a publisher is? A publisher doesn't make shit. They take your stuff and they're like, hey, read this. You need to fucking read this. Why? Because they put their heart and soul into this. They're peddling your shit. You're like the middleman of your shit. Like any one of you can create a blog and put your stuff on a blog and you can get traffic. That's cool. But like the site, it's building traffic, and I like the way it is. It is awesome. It's only, well, it spiked. If I show you the views, it spiked like crazy. And the reason why it spiked is because I've been releasing content daily instead of just like once a week or whatever I used to do.
Also.
Yeah, I gotta look. Everybody's in this because more people are gonna spread it. And honestly, I'm not worried about paying you guys. You guys got the money. I'm gonna do it. It's fine. I'll budget it. I already have. I already told my wife, look, it's out of my allowance. It's all right. But I enjoy this. I enjoy this moment. You know, coming together, talk about your stories, talk about your projects, anything you want to show. The one thing I didn't talk about was that Mr. Riddle actually has his stories in an audio format. I did not play any of that. I didn't. But
That's
we're fine.
awesome.
I'll play that again later. Maybe what I'll do is I'll link to that. But that's awesome, man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, my friend Mark Kalita does audio readings for kind of a side job and a living and kind of a living as well. But I actually had him do audios of both 4th of July and Lockdown. Main reasons behind that was, as much as I hate to admit it as an author, I'm too fucking lazy to read, and I like to hear my books.
And you know what? I replied to him. I understand. At times, I'm too fucking lazy to read myself because I'm just like, God damn, I have to read some more stuff. But it is what it is. I enjoyed having this time with you guys. Thanks for giving your opinion of Deadman's Tome. Thanks for agreeing to come and talk to me and shoot the shit, pretty much. That's what it is.
This is fun.
It's fun to me. I enjoyed the hell out of
I'll
it.
probably end up doing. There was another person that wanted to come on, and he was like, well, I see the lineup is all full. I was like, well, I could probably invite you. He's like, well, I'm having computer problems. He's probably listening to it right now. I'd probably listen to it later. Know that it's him that I'm talking about. I don't even have to say his name. And I wanted to talk about his story, too.
See, he missed out, man.
He missed out.
Could have been hanging out with us.
Mr. Riddle. Miss Wallach has read Deadman's Tome. Is cool with it.
Love it.
It's all right. I mean, you gotta. I know you don't like to read. Well, it's not like you don't like to read. You're just lazy at times, like me.
It's not a matter of not liking to read. It's just my thing is with the work I do, I've got about 30 seconds during the day to read. Now, I may just get on there this weekend and read a few of the stories, see what's going on with it. But
you know what I do? When I read the submissions, every Sunday. I don't know if you. Every Sunday, I sit there. I'm like, as I'm watching my son play, I'm like reading submissions, and I send out the emails afterwards. So that's it.
It's very good.
I just let it collect and read on Sunday. That's it.
I like it. And I don't know how to read.
Yeah, right. I don't even know what it says. Kitty.
Kitty BB.
Kitty B2? What is
Kitty
that?
B2. I don't even. Oh, it doesn't have my little icon. My icon's like the trucker mud flap girl.
It is. It is. When I saw that, I was like, is she a stripper? No, that's bad.
I wish. I always said I wanted to be a stripper. My mother goes, you don't know how to dance. I was like, you're right.
Oh, girl, you don't even need to know how to dance. The first time I was at a strip club, I was like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, am I supposed to like give you ones or 20s? What am I supposed to do here?
Ooh, 20s. Like, the most popular guy there.
I'm just
silver
like,
dollars.
Here you go. Here's some dollars.
Here's some Sacagawea dollars.
But I can't be experiencing that because I'm married now, so I only had 2 times, and that's it, and whatever. Actually, I had 3 times. The third time was a boss at this other job I worked at. He was like, "Roll the phones over. We're going to Heartbreakers." I'm like, okay. Is this like
I love that name.
Is this like a work thing? It is. So I'm there the whole time. My wife was like, "Why aren't you home yet?" I'm at
work,
and I can't lie to her. So I'm like, "I'm at Heartbreakers," and she's like blowing up my phone. I'm like, "Well,
it's for work.
My boss told me to come, so I don't have." That sounds wrong too. My boss told me to just.
It's a mandatory business meeting.
They have buffets.
Man, you guys are awesome. So what I'm going to end up doing is inviting you guys on later shows. I'm going to have to. Because what we're going to do, since I'm finding out, see, here's the thing. My perspective, I publish this stuff, and I honestly really don't know if anyone really reads it. I see the views, I see the comments, I see the likes. Okay. But this is cool. This is helpful. I can invite you guys back and be like, look, I got this guy on. He wrote these stories. Do you have any questions for him? Maybe you have these questions. Maybe you have that. Maybe I have something off the wall because I asked you guys some off the wall shit. I don't think you were expecting. I really don't think Mr. Riddle was expecting me to ask him about what the three dudes were doing in the fucking cabin. I threw him for a fucking loop.
Being dudes, man.
Yeah. Nothing ever throws me for a
They're
loop.
doing some
I'm
bro
easy
stuff.
going.
They're doing some man cave stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Manly men.
Manly cave stuff.
She lost. All right. Well, it is like past her time to end, but I don't want to end, but it is what it is. All right, guys. It's been great having you.
So much.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You know it. And Shawn, Mr. Riddle, you're cool. I know I call you guys by your last name. It's like force of habit because of work, but Shawn, Kathleen, you guys are cool. Ladies are cool.
Good to meet you, Kathleen. Thank you, Jesse.
Good to meet you. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No problem. Tell people to buy the fucking shirt. Buy the shirt.
Buy the shirt. Buy the fucking shirt.
All right.
Gratuitous commercial.
All right. I'll see y'all next time. This is Mr. Deadman. I'm signing out. That's it. Officially, I'm signing out. All right.
Bye.